This could be good for me. Lately I was feeling like I need a purpose. But when you talk to me, give me the impression that I won't scratch your surface. And I could walk for days, searching for your praise. Is it even there to find? Is there a chance for me to win your memories? Will I slowly lose my mind? Lost in your maze, stuck in your gaze. How can I get out? I'm out of time to make you mine. Baby, show me how.
I have an extensive sales background. I love doing sales pitches. I do so every week. So I don't know whether the people that are coming up are doing it for the first time, so let's give them some very warm energy. What are they going to be pitching about? It could be a business idea, their business itself, some like their overall business, or it could be something career related. So the first person is... Right, so let's welcome Okpo Mfon on the importance of data analysis in bridging the gap in AI. Welcome.
Hi. Hello. Yeah, my name is Leo, as I mentioned earlier. This is more like an awareness and to open your mind into the aspects of dealing with elderly and geriatric people in the UK. The importance of data analysis in bridging the gap in AI adoption among the elderly in the UK. I'm a data governance analyst and I work in finance, and it has nothing to do with bridging the gap between, but I'm just passionate about people that are older. And I've seen there are a lot of problems that can come from you not actually dealing with problems early enough. We've got AI solutions that support the elderly or the elderly in the UK in terms of health care, in terms of accountability, and in terms of companionship. But look at the gaps in terms of, let's say, natural language processing. We've got NLPs and people saying this depends on your level of intelligence for you to be able to interact with an AI engine and get that level of value. But think about people coming in, immigrants coming into the UK that do not have some level of English understanding. Let's say they come from a background where they all know about ethic, like where I come from. I'm from Calabar. And then they come into the UK, they have to upskill. They have to learn how to interact with an engine in English. But imagine if it was like you having an audio interaction, speaking with an AI model, and you do not have that capacity and intelligence that the AI is expecting of you. That's a gap. And you can't get value from it. But if you have been able to train models with quality data that accounts for these levels of functions, then it makes the engine to be able to give you a value response. You know, can I go on the next slide, please? Sorry, I'm talking too much, I guess. The introduction. AI has the potential to improve the lives of elderly in the UK. However, adoption remains low due to various barriers, like I've mentioned one. Data analysis plays a crucial role in addressing these barriers and promoting AI accessibility. The data in the UK currently from the ONS states that 68% aged 70 and over reported not using AI in their daily lives. These are already people that are educated, we might say, and they still find it difficult to adopt AI. But we forget also we've got functional illiteracy or functional literacy in the UK. There are a lot of people that speak English but lack comprehension. If you give them, let's say, your master's thesis for them to read through, they might not get a lot of value from it because you're using lots of technical language that might be difficult for them to be able to boil down. Digital exclusion. Approximately 4.7 million seniors in the UK struggle with basic internet-related activities. Just like, managing their accounts, logging in, Wi-Fi connections, troubleshooting. Our cybersecurity guys, they might be very happy to see how people can do man-in-the-middle attack, isn't it? They just spoofing into your Wi-Fi connection. A lot of elderly people, they can get your data, scrape everything, and then you've got people wiping out their pension funds. But if you've got capabilities where you can speak to an AI engine and be like, oh, is this Wi-Fi secure for me? And then the AI tool is able to run a quick analysis based on the data it has, which might be either through a RAG process, can give you a very valid response. Digital skills. Around 69% of individuals lack sufficient IT skills to access internet safely. This is according to Rural Services Network 2023 research. The perception of AI. A lot of people are scared, you know. I have elderly people I work with, and they're still scared about using things like ChatGPT, Gemini. We've got all these softwares, all these solutions and products, but they all work on different datas. You know, they have different KPIs, what the company wants to drive. So we have to look at how we can get consolidated data, a kind of master data set that has got all this data that is right for purpose. Let's say you wanted to speak with an AI solution that can understand your natural language. It might be Spanish, Portuguese. And you ask it, how am I feeling today in English? And it gives you a response. Imagine if you ask that in Igbo. I don't know if we've got any Igbos or people from that part of Nigeria here. Or we've got Kenyans, or we've got Tanzanians. And you ask them, how are you in maybe your language? I bet you the response might be different depending on the contextuality. So that's why we have to be really careful around context. Because if you now have an engine that has got a consolidated data source, regardless of the context, it's able to give you the same response. Because it can do a quick match and merge and do a score. And it can say, oh yeah, within 60 to 80, this aligns with the true source of data and the right response is given to you. These statistics just shows us a bit of the challenges faced in adopting AI technologies, emphasizing the need for targeted interventions to bridge the digital divide. How can data analysis bridge this gap? Identify key barriers through data-driven insights, understand behavioral patterns and AI interaction challenges, enhancing AI models with user-centered data, improving AI accessibility through targeted interventions. All of this sound a lot, big things, but I don't like doing presentations bungling them with a lot of information and slides. But I believe we're all educated individuals, and this particular audience can be able to understand most of all these things I've said here. Let's say personalization and AI optimization. What's personalization? We all want to personalize. We've got wallpapers on our phones. We're like, oh, I want to have this. It says something about me, isn't it? We've got things like AI models now that will give you an answer based on data it's scraped up, or agentic AI that is fit for purpose. Literally, it goes through data that is needed for you and gives you a response. We can utilize data to tailor AI solutions for elderly users. My particular pain point with regards to this is you want to be able to understand historical preservation. Currently, AI processes or workflows or work streams are just tailored towards the future. We are forgetting that the past is what gives you the ability to know what the future entails. So if you do not look out for work streams and data that can give you an idea of what's in the past. Let's say, for example, you have someone in your family that knows a lot about your family, and there's no one to document that particular story. You could document it in an AI in their language, and then that can be stored, and then you can teach that to your children in the future. That is just a solution that you've provided for the next generation, because an AI model can synthesize a particular language that's not probably a popular language. Then we go into things like formats and speech parameterization. These are like analysis that you could do with Python or whatever solution to understand formats, accents. Now I'm speaking in English, but I wasn't born to speak in English. I was born to speak in my native language, because it's a factor of my environment. But English is the mostly used lingua, isn't it? everyone understands English. That's why I had to learn it. If not, I won't be able to make a presentation to you guys today. I'll be like, tick, 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 tack, 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 and you'll be like, what the hell is he saying, isn't it? Enhancing AI interfaces based on data-driven usability to studies. How often are we getting data to see how the elderly are using these AI solutions? Most of us have not even adopted AI solutions or used it to the level that we can use it to gain some value. We just use ChatGPT. Meanwhile, there's Gemini, there's Manus. There are lots of other products out there. And all these products have got what they want to solve, what drove them. So the idea here is to ensure that you start thinking about what you can do when we're going into artificial general intelligence stage. When we've got AGI, in that sense of it, we are looking for, AI is literally going to be the government, you know, because the president would not want to do lots of the work, would rely on a model that covers processes, that covers public governance, that understands human interaction, that understands how to give solutions without the bottlenecks that we humans have. Because we humans, there's always kickback, stakeholder management, isn't it? Leveraging predictive analytics to anticipate user needs. Predictive analytics is understanding what the future will be and how to solve it, as the case may be. You are just tailoring this and scoping this towards the elderly, like the geriatric group, 65 to 80 and above. Addressing these privacy and security concerns. Me, I'm into data governance, and it's all about frameworks. It's all about policies and procedures, the roles and responsibilities. Now, what role are you playing? Implementing, you have to implement secure, ethical AI practices, educate elderly users on data protection and AI security measures. Case studies, AI-powered virtual assistants improving elderly independence, smart healthcare monitoring solutions using AI, community-driven AI literacy programs. Ethical concerns in AI-driven decision-making. This is under challenges and future considerations. Need for continuous data monitoring and updates, and the role of policymakers and industry leaders in AI adoption. For the conclusion, data analysis is all about enhancing AI adoption among the elderly. But we have to first gather the right data from the right people. Need for collaborative efforts between tech developers, policymakers, and the elderly community. Encouraging further research and investment in AI accessibility solutions. I'm open for questions to interact with people that have got other things to discuss in this field or in the sense of it. This is all high level, but I'm looking to boil down things if that's possible. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Presentation, and I want to really thank you for packaging this. But you're solely looking at the elderly, and my question for you would be, why are you putting the stakes in the elderly, which, in quotes, is not sustainable? Because it might be in the next few years, we can't guarantee 50% of those people still being alive. Why not look at focus the ones that are coming up, that you know that is a bit sustainable for a few decades?
My answer to that is because I've dealt with lots of individuals that say the future is the future. We are all educated, but we're forgetting the fact that without the past, in terms of having the elderly now, we have the opportunity to train data and gather that information. We're at information gathering stage. If you go 20 years down the line, the people that will require to get this data from, like you mentioned, there will be no more. If you said in terms of language preservation, most people give birth to their kids in this country, and their kids do not understand their native language. If you do not bring someone from your home, or your grandfather, or your grandmother, or someone that understood the language, that understands interaction, how does AI work? You have to interact with it. And if you do not have the time to interact with it now, that means down the line, we'll only be looking for people that can speak codes. We have to look for people that can also speak normal language. And the AI would love that, because if you want to have a conversation now with an AI engine or a chatbot, you're going to be using prompts. And prompts are around keywords, are around systemic approaches. We need something that you can interact with in a level that is so low level, but you get high level results. That's why I'm focused on the elderly, because my own problem is not because I feel the future will have a problem. AI is already solving the problem of the future. But we need it now to solve or to find the gaps in the past that would intertwine and integrate with the future. If I start breaking this down a lot, I will talk too much. So I don't know if that's a fire alarm. Do we have an exit strategy?
I think we'll just play with it.
Yeah.